not
Did we?
recording, then
I
I'm
was just
starting
going
the
to say,
recording
thank
now.
you.
All
Okay.
right. All right. So I want to go to our tip of the month with our lovely Nancy. So give me a second here to share my screen with you.
Hi, thanks so much for having me do a tip this month. One thing I want to talk about this month is winter weather preparations. National Weather Service has let us know that we're expecting a very heavy El Nino condition this winter. So that means you need to be ready for water. One of the things, of course, is make sure that your go bag has switched over to that winter inclement weather. Make sure you've got a poncho in there. Make sure you've got warm socks, things like this that are helpful in the rainy season that you may not have when we're looking at our summer weather and fire season with our go bags. Also want to make absolutely sure that you're checking on your gutters and drains on and around your home to make sure those are clear of all of our beautiful fall leaves. And this is something you're going to have to do a few times because we're having rain while the leaves are falling. So you may clear the drains this week and next week they may be full again. So you want to do this on a regular basis until all the leaves are off the trees and you're in the clear for the winter season. Thanks so much, and I'll turn the meeting back.
Cool. All right. So there's our Nancy. That was nice of her to record that. Anybody have any questions about getting ready for the winter and what she was telling us? Makes sense, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What about those sycamore trees? We have one right next door, and we just were out knee height in leaves yesterday, cleaning those out. There was a lot of wind with this last storm, so it's a good reminder to get out there and get stuff cleaned up. All right, Marshall, you got anything to say about that?
Someone can talk to you.
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right. We are going to talk a little bit about some of these resources that Kobe and I talked about at the beginning. So we got funding from Fire Adapted Communities Network, which a lot of you are familiar with. We've talked about some of their tools in the past. And they gave us funding that allowed us to make 2 videos and make a COPE Leader handbook and a COPE Leader, what we're calling a knowledge digest. So what we wanted to share with you today is one of the videos on the 7 steps to creating a COPE program. It's just a couple minutes. I'll share that video with you for someone that is brand new to COPE. This is going to be, I think, a nice introduction. So Julie, I'm looking forward to your feedback on this and what you think of this video. And that's kind of paired with the COPE Leader Handbook. So we have made paper copies of the COPE Leader Handbook, but I tell you what, you're going to really want it electronically because throughout the handbook, are links that are embedded in it, just throughout that link you out to resources. So as you know, it's not so helpful when you have it printed out to be able to link to these resources. We did put some tiny URLs in so that you could do that manually, but that's no fun. You guys will get frustrated with that, I think. On the other hand, we will have these for the COPE community leaders to have as references. But the papers really will give you the link to the paper so that you can print it out if you want to, or just look at it online and again, link out to those many resources that are available. Kobe, you want to say anything else about that before I show the video? Or
no, well, actually one thing would be really interesting for us to have you all give us like 1 or 2 word feedback to the video after you see it in the chat.
And
Okay,
I have
Priscilla.
a question about the handbook. Well,
Yes.
first, a word of congratulations. This is fantastic. And I'm so glad. I imagine this has been an incredible amount of work. And so I'd like to make sure that the work that you have done becomes source of truth for all of us, and that if we disseminate in their updates, that we can link back to your source of truth. And so dropping that on some Google Drive where you are aware of the latest updates so that it just can sync up as it disseminates to other groups will be brilliant. And we'll link it from our website to you.
So Moni,
Yeah, so
go ahead.
go ahead.
So we do have it already linked on, in links on our Facebook page. So it's there. And then also you all will be receiving the hand printed, the paper copies at the holiday party. All the leaders will be getting their own copy. But yes, it is online already, and you can just check it out or go directly to the to it in our links on our COPE website.
Yep. Marshall, were you going to say something? Nope, he must have unmuted by accident. Yeah, so you're right on, Moni. We really want to make sure to get it out there. So it's gone out in the newsletter. We'll send it out in the newsletter again, no doubt. But the most recent newsletter had a link to all of these and the newsletter before. So we'll keep putting it out there, and we're refreshing the website, so it'll be on a couple places on the website to make it easy for you. So let me share with you this video that we did on the 7 steps, and make sure that I can find it here. There it is. Alrighty.
The mission of COPE is to help neighbors, families, and neighborhoods become and remain better prepared to respond to and recover from emergency situations. If there isn't a COPE community in your area, we can help you start one. It's easy. Step 1. Start by mapping your community and dividing it into neighborhoods. Take a map of your area and draw boundaries to define your community, and then break it down into neighborhoods that make sense to you. Every neighborhood is unique and has its own challenges. Step 2, build your community and neighborhood leadership team. Once you know which homes are within your map, reach out to neighbors and build your COPE group. Step 3, survey your neighbors in your neighborhoods and report information about each home. You'll be collecting vital information like who has pets, a disability, safety equipment. Step 4, meet with neighbors, COPE leaders, and emergency personnel and create a communication plan. You'll get to know the actual people whose job it is to help you stay safe in an emergency. Step 5, assess community risks, identify priority projects, and develop a plan of action. Talk together about your concerns, your hopes, and how to be better prepared together. Develop an action plan. Step 6, educate leaders and neighbors in emergency preparedness for all types of disasters. COPE offers meetings and classes to keep you learning how to stay better prepared for emergencies, and newsletters to keep you updated seasonally. And step 7, maintain relationships with neighbors and leaders and fire agencies, and update surveys, plans, and kits. Stay connected, stay prepared. Why start your own COPE team? COPE encourages communities to come together and be better prepared. It supports development of individual, neighborhood, and community preparedness plans. It's endorsed by fire departments, law enforcement, and county government. COPE enables neighbors to be self-reliant when first responders are busy elsewhere. And COPE disseminates preparedness information and promotes communication among neighbors. We can help you start. Contact COPE for a free handbook and guidance in setting up your team.
All right.
So trust me when I tell you it's less janky. It was just a little janky. You can't hear the background music, which is awesome. And yeah, it was a little, but it's really, really great.
What, it came across funny?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of, it was lagging behind, it was lagging.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
good to know. All
Can
right.
can I ask a question? Is that,
course.
is that a computer voice that's doing it?
No,
Okay, that's what
Sounds like it.
that
Yeah.
was what I was getting. That was gonna be my concern about it. I thought the video and everything else was very well done, but the audio was not good.
okay, okay,
It's
yeah,
hard
good
to
to
it's
know.
hard to understand.
Yeah,
For me.
so it's not when you hear it, so I encourage you to look at the YouTube, and actually I'll drop the link to the YouTube here in the chat as
Oh,
well.
thank you.
Yeah, so we worked with a group called Studio B, and they've just been a delight to work with. Yeah, I'm sorry that the sound came out that way, because it actually sounds quite good. I
It's
think
wonderful.
anyway. See what you
No,
think.
it's great.
But the
Um,
visuals are very, very nice, and the information was real succinct and valuable.
Thank you. Julie.
good, good.
Yeah, no, I hear what you guys are saying about the computer voice, and it's Alejandro speaking, and his voice is definitely not like that. And I think it was just the fact that there was a delay in the audio that made it sound so weird like that. But as Priscilla was saying, when you listen to the videos, watch them online, you're going to just be blown away. The color isn't, it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
the color was great.
Yeah,
Good, good. Glad to hear it. So, yeah, it makes us, I feel so grown up. I mean, it makes it feel like we're legit, man. We have a video. So, yeah, please, spread the word and get it out there. We're hoping that it's helpful to people. I just, put the link to the COPE Leader Handbook in the chat. So if you want to click on that link and look at the handbook while we're talking about it, you might find that helpful. And I will just start with, I suppose one thing we could do, Kobe, is open the handbook up. So again, I will screen share. Okay, so this is the COPE Leader Handbook. And again, it is paired with the Disaster Knowledge Digest, and we'll share that with you in just a moment. And don't worry, I'm not going to go through the page through each page of this, but I just wanted to kind of introduce you to it and what's in it, so that you know what this is a resource for and what it's helpful for. And I just want to give a shout out to Randy Barney, who took a look at this as well, and my gratitude to you for your editing that you helped us with. There were a lot of people involved in making this successful, so I just really want to acknowledge Brenda Flichter as well. The board, Kobe had a big part in this, so you never do this stuff by yourself, right? It takes a village. So again, just our mission, what our vision is as COPE, and then what we do, what are the pieces of the work that we do. I'll let you read all this. And some pictures, some of you may recognize some of these pictures that we have. How COPE is organized. People have a hard time understanding community leaders versus neighborhood leaders, and some of you have even adapted that. I'm thinking of Mill Creek Pony and zone leaders, like our neighborhood leaders. So we always encourage people to make it, make COPE their own. But this is just a way of showing visually who we are and how we work with our partners, our fire agencies, and the county. So this is the first page that I wanted to share with you about getting started, and this is mirrored on our website as well, so we try to put it in as many places as possible. The first thing people should do when they're interested in COPE is to find out if there's already a community in their area, right? So people can look at a list of communities, and we're updating that. That should be on the website soon, we hope. You can send us an email, to Kobe, and she'll check and see whether there's community already. And if there is, then your names as community leaders would be shared with that person who lives on West Side who's interested in being a part of COPE, right? So if there isn't a community, then we tell people to come to our info sessions. We're still doing those monthly. Remember, those of you that have been around a long time, we used to do those at the Healdsburg Fire Department, right? And we used to be there in the afternoon on Tuesdays, and we're doing it on Zoom so that everybody has access. People don't have to drive to Healdsburg. We'll recommend that they see the video that we just did, right? So that link is right here. There to that, and then we ask people when they first start their COPE community to fill out the survey, which tells us all their contact information, where they're located, all of that good stuff. So, and then try to get the folks signed up for the leadership meetings to be able to attend with you guys on Mondays, just like we are now. So then this booklet from here on really goes through those 7 steps that were in the video, page by page and link by link. And I'm not gonna go through each of these pages. The one page that we really wanted to share with you today, Kobe and I thought this was a good page about building your community, because it applies to both people that are been doing this a while, who are looking to improve their community engagement, as well as people that are brand new to COPE. So this has a bunch of resources we wanted to make sure that you knew about. One of them is our COPE Leader Toolkit, which you guys should be aware of already, right? We had an in-person leadership meeting where we went through the toolkit. There's a link again to the toolkit here that's on our website. And so that you can download it and use it. And then, of course, we have COPE polo shirts and swag if you're interested in that. We have a COPE Leader house sign. Some of you may not even be aware of that. We started that on Fitch Mountain here and just laminated them, and we have that available for people, a template. And then, of course, you know, we're here to support you as you need COPE materials. But wanted to make sure you knew about the various different surveys that we have, letters of introduction for people just starting out. And then Kobe, would you like to talk about meetings and support for people that are putting on meetings? You're muted.
Sorry, I didn't want to step over Priscilla. So one of the things that has come to my attention as I've talked to more and more people out in our NoSoCo community is that a lot of people aren't aware of how rich the resources and the resource links are that we actually have on our website. So again, you know, not to be a broken record, but on our links site, there's a bunch of different information that you can use. But as Priscilla is scrolling through here, if you click on agenda items, there are all kinds of ideas for you to use. Because sometimes, you know, we just get in this place where we just get stuck, you know, you just kind of get, oh, there's another meeting, let's just throw this together. And, you know, we're always trying to encourage people to do new and fun things with their meetings. The ideas for community meetings, that's also a really great link for you all. Let's see. The sign-in sheet, that's just something, just so you know, and I think Rebecca will back me up on this. We really, for grant writing purposes and reporting purposes, we need to keep track of all the people that come to our meetings. So really important when you're having a meeting, as I did with Rivers Bend yesterday, to have a sign-in sheet and make sure that we get a copy of that so that Rebecca can track those numbers for our grants. But yeah, I just really want you all to take a look in all your spare time, I know, at our links page and really look at the resources that we have that you can use to make your meetings more fun and attractive to people, because there's like a lot of stuff there. It's just super, whoever the team of you all were that put this together in the first place, kudos to you, because it was very well thought out and very detailed. And every time I'm monkeying around on the website, I'm always surprised by how much stuff I see that I hadn't seen before. So yeah, and as she's scrolling down, one of the other things is the GroupMe tutorial. We just had a few new people sign up for GroupMe. we suggest that they take a look at the tutorial and then the etiquette guidelines so that we don't jam up Marshall and any important communications during an incident. So yeah, just there's so much stuff for you. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. We really have tried to cover as many bases as possible in helping you be successful. And in the off chance that we haven't, please bring it to my attention or Priscilla's, and we will create whatever it is that you need to do your jobs better. So appreciate that.
Great, thanks. And I wanted to point out that there's a sample communication plan here. I think a lot of us in our communities have struggled with writing down what we're doing and making sure that everybody's clear on that, our neighborhood leaders, et cetera. This is a communications plan that we put together on Fitch Mountain. It is by no far mark, you know, the perfect communications plan. It is a start. It's a living document is the way we see it. And, you know, I had Marshall look at it. I've had Nancy look at it, and, you know, and the alert and warning person, Sam Wallace. So we've had some input, which I think helps to say, yeah, there's something there that can be useful, but know that it's in a Word format so that you all can take it and make it your own. Because your community is unique and the way that you want to communicate is unique. You might use one call now instead of GroupMe, whatever it is. Hey, Moni, what you got?
Thank you. I have the document opened and it's your COPE communication tree for the handbook. Is that your communication sample, your communication plan?
There's a communication tree. Are you talking about, or is it a communication plan?
I
It's a few
clicked
pages.
on the link in page 13 that says, see our sample communication plan to get started. And it sent me to a document called the COPE communication distribution or tree for the handbook.
Okay.
Is that your plan?
I would have to look at the link again, but it should be, yeah. Does it talk about alert and warning? Does it talk about?
It's a one pager
using
with an organization. Why don't you click
Uh-uh.
on it, Kobe, if you or Priscilla, whichever is sharing? If you click on that, what happens? Is this what you intend to share?
Yeah, okay, so the wrong looks to me like the wrong thing got linked. Thanks for letting us know. No,
No,
that
no
is
worries.
not.
Thank you for
Yeah.
clarifying. I just wanted to make sure that we
Yeah.
have the right place. Thank you.
Yeah, no, we'll make the right one happen. Where am I here? Get back to it.
You know, just to just say this is that there are a ton of links in these documents that we're going to be sharing with you tonight. And so there probably will be more than one. So please, you know, we thought that we
Yeah.
caught all of the bad links, but yeah, please let us know as soon as you check on them. And thanks, Moni, for noticing that, because we do want to get that fixed.
Yeah, for sure. And we can do that, no doubt.
Do
from
you
the
happen
document in there.
do you happen to have the link to the right communication plan? Because I'd love to see it.
Well, I've sent it to you already, but I could, it's
Oh, I'm
definitely
sorry.
in
Forget
that.
it.
No,
I'll
no,
find
no,
it.
no,
So
it's
sorry.
okay. Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm glad that you want it. It makes me feel good. So, you know, there's a COPE leader, a folder that's on our Google Drive that you guys have access to everything in there. So let me put that into the chat and make sure that you have that. Actually, give me a minute. Here it is. Okay, so this is the community engagement folder for COPE leaders. And let me give you the handbook. And Moni, just so you know, we also got everything translated into Spanish. We're still working on the handbook, but the digest is in Spanish and both the videos have Spanish subtitles. So would love your handbook, love your feedback about if the Spanish makes sense too, because I know that can be variable. Okay, so this
The next-
last link that I put in will have all of the individual documents in it. So Moni, the communications document should be in there.
Brilliant. Cheers.
All right. So let me get back to my agenda here and make sure that I'm on track. Okay, any other questions about the handbook? Just really recommend that you dive into it, especially if you're stuck. You know, you're planning for a community meeting and you need some ideas. I'm hoping that that'll give you some ideas. All right. So let me link you out to and have you hear from Nancy about the digest. Here I go to share again. And I'm worried that you're going to find that the sound is going to be funky again. So please bear with me.
I'm going to talk about the Coke Disaster Knowledge Digest. And that's what this is. So this is a regular printed copy that I just printed on our printer here. The digest itself is
Need to
on our
share your
Google
screen,
Drive
Priscilla.
for leaders to have access to. We're also going to have some pre-printed copies that we got from the printer just this week. So if you would like one of those will actually be available at the holiday party in December. So there's one more reason to come out to the holiday party. I want to tell you a little bit about the digest so you would kind of understand what it's created to do for you. So it has basic knowledge information in a bunch of different categories. So the first category is your emergency preparedness 101. So we're talking about stay informed, make a plan, have a kit. So the basic information about those tenets of emergency preparedness for people, of how to stay informed, what needs to go in their kits, what the basics of planning look like. And then there's information about hazards that are specific, like wildfire hazard, flood hazard, tsunami hazard, winter storm, public safety shutoff hazard. So these specific hazards and those things that you can do to get a leg up on preparation for specific things like that. Now, what this is not is all the information about everything. And it's specifically designed to give you a solid foundation and the basic information you need. And if you stop there, you're in good shape. But it also has links if you want to take a deeper dive, if you have community members who want more information about things. There's lots of links in there that give you a good place to go to get more details and more information so you can become a total public safety power shutoff nerd if you want to, or you can just get the basic information out of the digest. So we hope that you'll enjoy it. We hope that you'll download it. We hope that you'll share it with your other code leaders. Thank you.
All right, let me stop sharing here and be able to see your beautiful faces. All right. So the disaster digest, again, you'll get a copy of it at the holiday party. Again, it's a document that's available to you electronically and has many links embedded in it. It's just beautifully done. Nancy did a terrific job of putting this together for us with some input from a few of us other folks. So I hope that you find that helpful. And anything else that you want to say about that, Kobe?
No, I do want to kind of reiterate what Nancy was saying is that if you were to just read the document, you would have a really nice, strong foundation in everything preparedness. And it also, as she said, it gives you the opportunity to things that you're super interested in, dive deeper and learn more information about them, which, you know, is always a good thing. But just learning that information in the digest is going to make you feel more secure in terms of how you relate to your community in terms of preparedness. So strongly recommend that if there's any category in preparedness that you feel a little shaky on, definitely get in there and look at that in the digest and get to some of those links so that you can learn a little bit more about it. because it really is, it's a fantastic. We've been looking at it for so long, so we're super excited about it. And I'm sorry if it's not coming across that it's a super exciting document, but when you see it, you'll be as excited as we are about it. It's just awesome. Same thing with the videos. When you actually see them without the janky sound, you're going to be pretty impressed. It's pretty awesome stuff. And we're super, super
Right.
grateful to FactNet for giving us funds for it.
So I hope that one of the take-home messages that you all are getting is that we are really committed to supporting our COPE leaders. And we are trying to put together a really nice toolkit for you so that you have the resources that you need and feel supported when you go out and try to engage your community in this work. We know that you have lives and you have a lot going on. So it's our hope that the more things that we put in your toolkit, the more you will find things that resonate with you and fulfill your needs, and that you'll feel supported in this work, because we really believe the work is really important and are really, again, really grateful that you're doing it. So any other comments or thoughts? I noticed the comment about Facebook. I think Kobe misspoke when she said,
Did.
I'll put it on Facebook. She meant that it's on Facebook. She meant the website. So
Did.
make sure that you go to the website. And again, that's going to get refreshed, and some of these things will be more upfront. Right now, they're all found on the resources, the links page on the website, but they will be embedded into, there's a getting started page. So the 7 steps will be on there for people just getting started. And then the COPE handbook, and that will be on the page for leaders. Do you know that we have a page just for leaders? That's, our hope is that you'll know that resource is there and be able to use it.
So
What
I'd
do
like
you
to say-
think?
I'd like to say one thing real quick, because we're talking about meetings and all this stuff, and we just wanted to let you know, as a reminder, that beginning in 2024, we're going to have meetings. Every other meeting is going to be in person. So we're excited about that. So the in-person meetings are going to be on the even numbered months, and the online ones are going to be in the odd numbered months. So we expect that a calendar will be going out before the end of the year with information about what we're going to be having topic wise. And while I'm on that subject, and I still have some of you captive here, if you all would want to drop into chat something that you think you might want us to talk about in any of these meetings, we can start to get to work on getting some experts, because Priscilla and I don't know everything. So
That's
we'd
for
love,
sure.
yeah, so we'd love to be able to get you some experts on information that you might want more knowledge about. So please just take a moment and drop it in the chat and let me know what you think you might like to see moving forward in 2024 for our in-person and Zoom meetings. So much appreciated if you can do that. Thanks.
So in February we'll be in, so important announcement about January and February. We're not meeting on the 3rd Monday of the month, but we'll be meeting on the 4th Monday of the month, because there's holidays both in January and February. So we're going to go to the next week. And of course, we'll send you reminders I'm hoping that you're reading your MailChimp reminders when they come. And it's in the newsletter usually as well. So we'll be at the Healdsburg Community Center as the place where we're meeting for our in-person meetings. And it will also be at a different time. So the Zoom will be at this standard time, and the in-person meeting, we're hoping that the folks that are working, 9 to 5 will want to join us at 5:30. And we'll have some light refreshments and have our meeting at the Healdsburg Community Center. So we're hoping that'll be convenient for the folks that aren't able to come at 3:30.
Yeah, and just to let you all know that I think this question was asked last time we had a meeting. All the in-person meetings will not be recorded. At this time, we do not have the ability to do that, but we will continue to record and post our online meetings.
Great. Any questions?
Thanks, Moni.
Any thoughts about the COPE Leader Handbook?
This is a lot of
Susie?
great work. How would you like us to provide you with feedback about it if there is any?
Yeah, just, I think if you just send a email to the contact at copenorthernsonoma.county.org, that would be great.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
me.
one of
Yeah,
us will get
whatever
it,
works.
yeah.
Yeah. Susie?
Yes, I'm one of those people who has little bits of information scattered all over the place. So it really looks appealing to have a summary and everything put, not everything, but a lot of important things put in one spot that
Okay,
you could
good.
grab.
Great.
That's really appealing. Thanks. Thank you for all your work on it.
Sure. Yeah, the the knowledge digest was done because we kept on wondering, what is it that COPE leaders need to know? I mean, there's so many meetings, right? There's so many things you can learn. And what is it that we think our leaders should know? And I really tagged Nancy on that as the preparedness officer for the county, right? What is it that our COPE leaders should know? So that's what we put in this. And I think it's a really nice document to share with your new leaders so that they know. And even some of our old leaders, they may not be aware of what resources are available. So
I'm typing that, Priscilla. I'll get the in-person meeting hours.
okay, 5:30 to 7, yeah.
And again, at Keelsburg Community Center, we're gonna do them the same place all the time, just to make it easier for everybody.
Yeah. Great. Anything else? All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you at the party. Be ready to party. You know us, we love to party as COPE people. I'm kidding. But it will be at the Geyserville Fire Station. We're really grateful for them for sharing that space with us and their party materials with us. They're very generous there at that Geyserville Fire Station. Brenda, you had something?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of the expo for next year. I just happened to find it online. I don't know if it's been announced yet. 19th in Cloverdale. Maybe everyone already knows this, but at our meeting where we were having the celebration of our recent grant, one person asked, "Can I volunteer?" And they wanted to know what the dates were, so I happened to look it up. But just so everyone can mark their calendars, May 19th, 2024, Cloverdale.
Yeah, Brenda, it was in last month's newsletter. I put a big advertisement for that in there, and it will be, we'll do it again
Thank you.
as we get, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and we're hoping that people will volunteer like they have in the past. It's really great to have a big COPE presence and also be involved in putting it on. Helping with greeting people and putting stuff together before everybody comes, getting all the structures set up and all of that. There's a tremendous amount of work that goes into it. And I'm sure Jeff's just about to tell you about that.
Does Jeff have his hand up too?
Well, I was going to wait until we got a little closer to the date, but a fair number of people that are on this call and a few that aren't are already leaders in volunteering for different parts of the work. It's going to be those of you that have done it before are used to seeing Henry One come in and do a rescue, long lines rescue. This year there'll be 2 helicopters. One will be Henry One and one will be Sonoma One. We're also trying to get some other activities going We're expecting 3,000 guests. So it's going to be a fairly sizable. It runs from 10 to 4. And very real disaster simulation that you can watch, and you can see your first responders from several fire departments along with CERT members going in and actually taking action to mitigate the problems that they encounter, including fires, fallen buildings, car crashes, and some other simulated activities. So it'll be a lot of interesting stuff to do. We have over 75 vendors of various kinds of equipment to keep your houses and properties safe, and also educational material, lots of nonprofit organizations. It's really going to be cool. We're hoping that everybody gets a chance to at least participate by being there, if not participate by vote. But I will give you a better synopsis when we're ready, probably after January.
So Jeff, I
Great.
just wanted to say one thing. I am so willing to be the person on the end of that long line. If you need a
Well,
volunteer, I will do it.
If you can arrange to do the moulage, I can arrange for you to be the person on the end of the long line.
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I would love it. So one of the things that, since Jeff is talking about what's going on with the expo, I just wanted to say that one of the things that we'd like to keep doing in the newsletter is we'd like to keep talking a little bit more about what's going on in your communities. So if y'all want to drop me a line, like around the first of the month, if you have something really great or somebody did something really fantastic prep wise and you think that everyone should know about it, please do drop that into an email to me directly, and we'll make sure that we have more of that in the newsletter, because I'd really like to focus more on who we are and what we're doing for each other and for our communities, because that's really what the COPE newsletter is about, is like preparing us, you know, in our communities. So if y'all could do that for me, that would be awesome. So.
Great, thank you. And we'll continue to have spotlights at our leadership meetings as we're able to get those out. I think we're getting ready to do Franz
Valley.
and Knights
Yeah.
Valley coming up soon. Susie, you had something?
Yes, I was just curious how many other COPE leaders have applied for the evacuation exercise or the first aid that Nancy has offered through Department of Emergency Management. We submitted a proposal.
Oh, good for you.
And I'm
Excellent.
curious if anybody else did. Nope.
Doesn't look like
it.
Yeah, we did not. I shared it with all the neighborhood leads in our team
It's a
and
lot of
asked them
work.
for either of them, but nobody was available at the time.
Yeah, nobody's jumping on that. Well, I think it would be great for our community. So today's the last day to submit your project.
We can keep our fingers crossed, Susie, because this is already circulated around back. This is the second time. And so if that money is still available, we can keep our fingers crossed and hope that the third time is a charm for us. We'll have more time to, you know, get people together. Because I know one of the communities I was speaking to recently, it just came a little bit too late for them in terms of getting everybody on board, but they definitely wanted to do it. So yeah. we'll just keep you informed. And if the
I
money
did a
comes
lot
back
of
around.
walking.
Yeah.
I did a lot of walking
Did you?
around and
Yeah.
talking to people.
Yeah.
And,
Bless your heart.
and-
I'm
and-
thinking from our perspective, for instance, as it comes to preparation for a possible drill and, you know, refinement of pre-attack maps or any other resources that you would try to put towards having the understanding of all the routes in our neighborhood.
Mhm.
We've been incredibly fortunate to have had support to preparing those materials ahead of time and have already done one such drill. And I don't discard it, but I think that's probably what drove most of the leads to say, don't have time, maybe let's try it next year. So
Yeah.
if it comes back around.
I
Yeah.
use Mill Creek as an example of why it's a good idea.
A lot of us do. I did just again yesterday at a meeting. I was like, here's why you want to do this.
Cheers,
Yeah, you
yeah.
guys are a good example for all of us. So thank you.
Cheers.
thanks.
Before we break, just wanted to make you aware, Priscilla and Kobe, that in the newsletter you shared the same link to the handbook. And if you are not someone with a Google account, you are not able to see it. You are required to sign in with Google. So you might want to either share the PDF in a folder that's publicly visible or change permissions on that file if it is possible to you. Because I just tried it, to send it out to the community, and Google yelled at me saying people in this group do not have access.
Okay, yeah, and people have been sending me emails as well, and I've given them permission, Moni, too. So I think people know how to do that, but I will make sure that that is a public folder. I think that the COPE engagement folder is, and maybe the handbook one isn't, so I will get that straightened out. Thank you for letting us know. That's super important for us.
It is.
Okay. Anything else happening out there?
In the code.
Yeah. All right. So just know that Nancy's grants will be expanding. There will be different opportunities than evacuation and first aid. She's going to be adding other programs as it goes along. So just be looking for that. And think about signing up for something like that as a way to get your community engaged again. So having a first aid class or something like that as a way of, okay, we're going to build our annual meeting around this, or our biannual meeting as a way to engage community. That might be another way to think about those grant opportunities. It's really a short application and easy to do. So just want to plant that seed. I think after so many years on Zoom, like we are right now, that people are looking for ways to be together in a room together and engage in meaningful and more exciting ways than remotely. So that's why we're making that effort to try to have more in-person meetings, and we'll see how that goes. You know, it's all going to have to rock and roll with what's happening with COVID and our world, right? So. All right. Well, again, I send my gratitude to all of you for doing the work that you're doing and for being here with us today on a holiday week. And I look forward to seeing you in person in just a few weeks, where we can celebrate you and the work that you've been doing, and just be together and be in a real up atmosphere where it's just a moment to celebrate the holidays and each other. So I hope that you can join us for that. All right. So I wish you the best for Thanksgiving and all that you celebrate this time of year.
Thank you all.
Anything you want to say, Kobe?
No, just thank you all for being here. And thanks, Priscilla, for facilitating.
Sure. Take
Happy
care,
holidays,
everyone.
everybody.
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
See you in a
Thank
few
you.
weeks, I hope.
Yep, I hope so too.
Bye-bye.